Hello, what I want to do here is to show you how an articulate PowerPoint presentation works. An articulate PowerPoint presentation is just a PowerPoint presentation made by a lecturer using particular software which adds on to PowerPoint, which not only allows you to do a voiceover with the PowerPoint, but to put it up on the VLE in a very user-friendly way. You don't have to access it through the VLE because you can access it through a hyperlink taking you to a URL which is shown here. So for example, this is an articulate PowerPoint presentation on sample size. If you do Control and click, it opens up the articulate PowerPoint presentation, which looks like this. Now I've already been looking at this and it's asking if I want to resume where I left off. The answer here is no, because I want to go back to the beginning.
Hello, my name is Roger Watson.
And it just opens up by itself.
Is about choosing the correct sample size.
And as you can see, it runs by itself.
First, a question about sample size. Why is it important? Well, it's important because we usually can't access the whole population, and we usually don't.
So you can hear my voice, and the voice is synchronized along with the presentation. You'll note some other things you can do. For example, I just did it there. You can control
where inferential statistics
the volume
are being used to analyze.
You can stop the presentation and go back to the previous one if you want to see it again. If there's a point that you particularly want to study, you can stop it in order to read it and then start it again. If you've seen all that, you can move on quickly to the next one if you want to, but of course after each slide it will move on by itself. Down the side here you see the slide numbers. In some presentations the actual titles of the slide show up here. In this version for some reason it hasn't, but nevertheless you can jump to a particular slide by clicking on it, and you can click to the final slide.
We're listening to this session on sample size. This is my email, r.watson@hull.ac.uk if you have any questions or comments, and you can also follow me on Twitter at rwatson1955.
So at the end of the presentation there's always a final slide and the presentation simply stops.
Thank you
can
very
run
much
any
for
slide
listening to
again
this session on sample
by
size.
pressing the recycle
This is my
button
email,
there.
r.watson@hull.ac.uk if you have any questions or comments, and you can also follow me on Twitter at rwatson1955.
So at the end of the presentation all you have to do is close down the website that was opened, and that's all you need to know about articulate PowerPoint presentations. What I suggest you do now is to find one in the module handbook, and you can play with it just to make sure that you're happy with that and just to make sure that you can open it. If you cannot get to a PowerPoint presentation, for example if the URL link is broken in some way, please tell me as soon as you possibly can and I can have it repaired. Thanks very much for listening.